Hey guys, it's Regina. You're watching Free from Fear. How is everyone doing tonight? I feel everything but free from fear right now. I just wanted to get on here, life. Right, life is, so many people don't cherish life. We don't, so many people don't respect life. The way the world and the climate it is now, and growing up or coming up and everything, you never think that it would be you that something could happen to. You know what I mean? And I guess until you are the one facing whatever you're facing, it doesn't hit you. And for me, the last few days have been odd. I have a surgery coming up next week. It's to remove my thyroid and lymph nodes. I found out I had thyroid cancer. I found that out back in November. But the lump that is cancerous that's in my neck, I first felt it in 2013. Right? And they said, well, people say, why wouldn't you have checked it then? Just a bunch of reasons, I guess. When you never think it's cancer, 20-something years old then, and that wasn't what I thought. But now, I'm 31. It is cancer, and we, as people, we tend to we say we're good, we're okay, we're fine, because we don't want other people to feel sorry for us. We don't want other people to feel sad for us. We don't want that. I know I don't want that. And another thing I realized, I think we also tend to say these things to put on a smile, because people get uncomfortable about feelings. You know what I mean? Like, you ever, been around someone and they just start crying and you're like, oh my God, what do I do? And you're uncomfortable, right? And it's like, how do I fix that? How do I take that away from people? How do I do that? And it's like, well, if you're me, you do. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't want them to feel bad. I want to help them. I want to take it away. And then you have to understand it's not about you necessarily helping them or taking their pain away, because we all have to live in pain, not live in pain, but live with different types of pains. We learn from pain. I think some of the greatest lessons come from pain. And, I say that to say, I find myself more often than not lately reassuring everybody else, right? Reassuring everyone else that I am going to be fine. I'm good. I'm resilient. I bounce back. And all the while all of these things are true, right? They're absolutely true. I believe this. I do believe it. I believe that I am very resilient. I adapt very well to circumstances, to situations. I've been through a lot of traumatizing things that didn't defeat me necessarily. Because I'm still here. I'm not, addicted to drugs or alcohol or any of those things. I have all my children. I am, taking care of them to the best of my abilities. And, so that for me is a win. You know what I mean? Especially for someone who's grew up in a foster care system due to, parental, people having issues, addiction issues and emotional, mental health issues and all that sort of good jazz stuff, right? So I think I'm doing okay in that department. However, I'm human, right? And you hear that word cancer, and so you're automatically thinking the worst. And I've had numerous surgeries before. I've had, I have 6 children, I have 5 cesareans, I've had, umbilical hernia repairs, I've had, I have other surgeries that I've done that I've had to go under for. And I think this surgery is going to be one of the most, it is for me right now, one of the most scariest, because the surgery that I have to get, which is next week, minimum 4 hours and can go up to 9. And if there's complications, who knows how much longer. That's a lot of time to be, in the control of someone else. And I think that's another thing I'm learning. Like, I do have a little bit of control issues, because when it comes to it, like I said, I've had a very painful childhood, and I was never in control of things, and I've always felt out of control. And so as an adult, I try to control certain situations that's within my realm, and I'm learning, that's not, a lot of times it's going to hurt you more trying to hold on to something, to control something, than just letting it be. I've learned that. Anyway, so my feelings, right, have been fluctuating, because I'm human, and I understand that although my feelings can make some people feel uncomfortable, although my feelings, I hide my true feelings for others' benefit. I'm trying to be strong for my children, for my family, reassuring them everything is fine. And then you have those moments, right? You have these moments, where you're alone, and you're trying to reassure yourself that everything's gonna be fine. But then you have these thoughts, these thoughts that creep in, and that is natural, that is normal, that is warranted because of the situation, like, what if, and I know we can't live our lives on what ifs, but it came to me recently, the what ifs, what if I didn't make it out of this surgery, what if I don't make it out of this surgery? I have 6 children depending on me, and that's my main goal in life, is to provide, to love, to care, to grow them up, to see them, to see their lives, to see them become productive citizens, to see them be happy, to see them have everything in their life that they want. That's my dream. And how there is a possibility that won't happen. I mean, and then yes, we can walk out our house today and we can die, but knowing that there's a underlying cause that could cause this, I think it makes it, those thoughts even more amplified, like, I had a mini, like I had a little breakdown today too, because it's like, I'm reassuring people, because I don't want that pity look. I don't want that, oh my God, I'm so sorry look. I don't want that look. So I'm making sure, I'm telling people I'm good, I will be fine. And in all honesty, I believe I will. But then, like I said, I'm human. I have feelings and emotions. And I think to myself when I'm alone at times, like, I've spent all my life trying to escape from my past, trying to outrun that pain, and 2020 was the year I finally faced that pain. As I'm gonna heal from that pain, and I'm gonna heal that, and I'm gonna be able to go on with my life, and I'm not gonna live in this scared space, this fear-based space, right? And I'm gonna put that behind me, but I'm gonna acknowledge those things. I'm not gonna pretend they didn't happen, because they happened. But I'm going to be able to be strong enough to stand up for myself. I'm going to be able to be strong enough to conquer that past and move forward in a better way. That was the choice I made in 2020. And while doing all that work to heal my childhood trauma, to move forward, I found out that I have cancer. And even if it is a cancer that is curable, caught early, I know for a fact that I've had it for at least 7 years, right? So I know I'm so mad at myself because I can't blame anyone else, right? I felt that 7 years ago and I chucked it up because I didn't care, right? Because it couldn't happen to me, but it did. And you know, I hear stories of people who you know, get the surgery. I know someone who's got the surgery and they're good and all of that good stuff. But it doesn't stop the thoughts from coming into my mind. It doesn't stop the what ifs because we never know. Everybody reacts differently. I do know that I don't always work well with anesthesia. So being under that long can cause issues. And then you just don't know. And right. And so I think it's like the feeling that being okay with death, you know, I know that we're souls having human experiences, we're all of that good stuff. I know that death is inevitable. I know that, and I'm you know, that was one of the things I was working on this year, just coming to grips with that. But when I've lived my whole life and just fighting and surviving and never living, but just surviving one trauma after the next, surviving that. And then you kind of build yourself in this cocoon as like a hermit, or like in a shell of this hermit shell, and I did nothing, right? And so I think like I'm 31 now and I have cancer and I have to fix it, and you know, they found other, you know, places in my body that it may have went to. I'm gonna fight it, you know, I'm gonna do the best I wanted to. You know, I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm gonna do the best I can to stay here, to be here, to all of that good stuff. But the point of this was, while I'm being strong, while I'm telling people I'm okay, because I don't want other people to feel uncomfortable, because I don't want other people to feel like they gotta pity me, or that they aren't safe, or they have to spiral, because I don't want that. You know, I definitely want my kids to feel safe and secure. And I would never tell them anyway. I want that to be safe and secure, my children. But you feel like, who's there? Who's really gonna be there? Who's really gonna understand you? The thoughts that you are feeling, you know, the pain that you are feeling, just the fear that can consume you. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm gonna make it all up. And it's just like, wish I did nothing. I haven't lived, and I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I just want to. There's so many things I never got to do. So many experiences I've never gotten to have. You know, connections with humans, with people that I just took for granted because I had been so hurt by humans, so rejected by humans, so I built myself in a cocoon and didn't want to interact with humans. And now there's a possibility that time may have ran out, you know, and I'm not saying that it did. But I have moments. I have moments. I have thoughts. I am human. And I just wanted to let people know, like, if this is it for me, at least I left something to know that Regina did care about other people. I did care about humans. I cared about feeling loved. I cared about those things, and at a point I made it like I didn't, because I didn't want to get hurt. And we fight so much trying not to get hurt that we don't allow ourselves the space to connect, to love, to cheer others on, to be brave, because we're afraid. And I said 2020 was the year I'm gonna stop being afraid, and then I get cancer, and then, you know, it's not the end. I'm not saying it's the end, but there is that doubt, that what if, and before anybody hops on any of this video and say, well, you gotta have faith in God and all of this good jazz, you know, I get it, but I'm human. You know, I have faith. I have some things, and when they say fear and faith can't coexist, I kind of think sometimes that's not true. You know, like, I've been consumed with fear for a lot of my life. Just this deep-seated fear. And I don't necessarily know where it all comes from. You know, I don't necessarily know. I can't pinpoint it. It's just a fear. It's not necessarily like a fear of anything particular, just a fear. The feeling of fear constantly overpowering me. And I said, I'm not going to continue to live like that. And when I finally made the decision, I'm not going to live like that, boom, you have cancer. And maybe it's the word that has all the bad connotations with it. But I'm human. And I just wanted to say, guys, do not take for granted connections. Yes, protect ourselves, but don't protect ourselves so much that we don't experience anything. Don't protect ourselves so much that we don't live. Don't protect ourselves so much that you don't leave an impact, a slight impact, that you didn't impact somebody's life in a positive way. That's all I just wanted to say. Sometimes we're not protecting ourselves. Sometimes we're hurting ourselves. And while we may think that we're doing the best, and while we are probably doing the best we know how, because some of us were never taught any different. You know, we learn this thing as we go. And I think about all the nights as a teenager, all the young adult times where I was just drinking and not living up to who I am inside, but just trying to numb the pain that I felt. You know, not trying to evolve as a person, but trying to put down this pain that was so immense inside of me. You know, because I just had grown up and I hadn't have a mom to love me, right? I had been seeking all my life for a mother. That love you get from a mom, you know. I never had that, and it's like, because I never had that, I made decisions based off not feeling loved, right? And I made all these decisions that in life, you know, hindered me, and it caused me more grief and more pain, and so then I tried to numb that pain. I tried to numb that pain with that alcohol, and I drank so much in my earlier years. I haven't drank in a few years. Like, I haven't been an alcoholic or anything in a few years, but I would drink to numb the pain of not feeling loved, the pain of all these rejections from these homes that I had been in, right? These foster homes, these never feeling like I belonged anywhere. And so I would drink and I would drink and I would drink because I didn't want to feel it. I didn't want to feel that I was not worth anything. I didn't want to feel that I could be better. You know, all I thought was I was trash. All I thought was no one will ever love you. And then you get people that say, baby, you're so young. You have your whole life ahead of you. And boom, something big happens. And you're not sure that you do anymore. Just live every day to the fullest. Make connections. And so what if you get hurt? So what if you put yourself out there and you get hurt? Okay, you can heal that. But that connection to the next person, a deep connection with someone, you'll regret never being able to have that experience, that deep connection with someone. As you get older, I promise you'll regret it. You'll regret not connecting to people because they might hurt you. They might hurt you, but they might be the best thing for you. They might hurt you, but they might not. They might love the crap out of you and everything that you have going. Because I was so in my mind, like, I didn't think I was, you know, I didn't go to college. I didn't think I was good enough, you know, because I didn't have a degree. I didn't think I was good enough because I didn't come from money. I didn't think, you know, we get all these connotations. We don't think we're good enough because of this, that, and the third, because we don't have this. My body wasn't, you know, the way I wanted it to be. I didn't think I was pretty enough. And until you're faced with the reality that, you know, who cares? Who really cares about that shit? Nobody, really. You know, honestly, normal day-to-day people do not care about that. We're so in our own heads that we don't care. I don't care when I meet people. I don't care that they're not super slim or that they're not, you know, whatever the situation. 9 times out of 10, it's about how you connect with that person, how you interact with that person, their personality. Connection is important. Connection is what's important, not all this stupid shit. Thinking you're not good enough all because you don't have what the television tells you need to have, or the magazines tell you need to have. No, you are good enough just how you are. Make those connections. Stop hindering yourself. Do not live in fear. The worst thing that could happen is a no. And okay, is it the worst? Okay, they said no. We'll move on. Go to the next. Because just as much as just as you're gonna get those no's, you're gonna get those yeses. You're gonna get those people who love you for you, who think your quirky sense of humor is so adorable, who think you're so funny, who thinks that you're so caring and that you're so kind. And those are your people. Make those connections. Don't hide yourself away. Don't regret your life. We cannot regret our life. I'm so sorry, you guys. I didn't mean to make it so heavy. I just have been going through. I'm just been going through, and I just wanted to connect. I've been having some thoughts, but I will be okay. I will be okay. I'm gonna have that surgery because I'm gonna get this cancer out. And I will be okay. Just thank you guys so much. And just remember, you're not alone. I know I'm not alone. I know there are others out there who are going through some things, who feel some things. And I hope my vulnerability can help other people. If you're going through it, if you need a cry, you know, any of that, I get it. Take that time, take that moment to be angry, to be scared, to be upset. It's warranted. It is warranted. Excuse me, guys. But thank you so much, guys, for listening to me. And I just hope everyone has a good night.